Game-O-Holic here. I dipped the letter in water, and that's what it said! Oh, hi, Mark. Never question me again or I'll cut you. Santa, you fat fucking red... You suck! Go fuck yourself! It's like Silver Surfer with trees! I am the Game-O-Holic. This is where I belong. So you guys surprised to see me here? Game-O-Holic here to talk to you guys about my top 10 Sega games that do not include Sonic the Hedgehog. This is based off a challenge that was issued by myself a few months ago. Let's take a look back. Set up a Sega challenge for the best Sega games. Top 10 without Sonic. There was also two other YouTube personalities that have joined in on this challenge. Which Way Games, which is run by Cy, and Melton the Gamer. But we're not here to talk about either one of them today. They can do their own videos and let them situate their stuff. We're going to talk about the Game-O-Holic's top 10 Sega games that do not feature Sonic the Hedgehog. Coming in at number 10, Altered Beast. Released in 1988, known as the Rise from Your Grave, you play as a Roman centurion out to save the daughter of Zeus. Within this game, you are capturing these power orbs. Every 3 orbs you get turns you into a wolf, it turns you into a tiger, it turns you into a bear, a dragon. Basically, you're fighting off this emperor-like god to save the girl at the end. This ranks in at number 10 because it's one of the first Sega games I've played, and it holds a place close to my heart. Plus, I've also played games like Project Altered Beast, which I would say is a game to check out. Coming in at number 9 for the Wii and the Sega Saturn is Nights into Dreams. The action game takes place in a dream world, Nightopia and nightmares. Wiseman the Wicked is there to steal dream energy to allow nightmares to happen. Knights, who originally worked for Wiseman's rebels and is basically his coalition, he is punished and imprisoned in Idea Palace. And basically what you're doing is, throughout the rest of the game, you're collecting items to, while you're playing as knights, to get out of this utopia that you're in. Very underrated game to some people. I do prefer the Sega Saturn version over the Wii version. Kind of the same game, but you know, motion controls took over the world basically at some point, so. Coming in at number 8, now this is going to surprise a lot of people, is Tiny Toons Acme AllStars for the Sega Genesis. Based off of the cartoon by Steven Spielberg. This is one of my favorite sports games to play because it is so different. It is a compilation game where you can bowl, you can play basketball, you can play soccer, there's racing. It's very unique. It was released in 1994 by Konami and still holds a place dear to my heart due to the fact that there's just so much replay value in it. Coming in at number 7, a movie-based title, Jurassic Park. Now, some people regard this as a bad game. I do not. I felt like it was very challenging. It's obviously based off of the movie. It is the first game, to my knowledge, from my research on this game, that utilized the rating system for it. It is a very unique and dark type of game. The only downside, I believe, to the game is the fact of the 3 life bars that you have and then the password system. I just feel like it takes forever to get back into the game, but as soon as you get hooked on playing it, you will not want to put the controller down. Coming in at number 6, one of the best driving games I think of all time, Crazy Taxi for the Sega Dreamcast. Released in 1999, followed by 2 sequels. Crazy Taxi is a arcade-style based game where you are picking up customers and dropping them off at their destinations. The music in this game is great. You have a lot of Offspring music and Bad Religion. One thing I definitely want to say about this game, there is so much replay value. It is one of the games that I would like to buy. It's the only game I want a physical driving cabinet in my house for. And if I happen to get some room and find some time to actually get the machine, boy, would I love to put this in my home. Coming in at number 5, which should be no surprise to anybody, Midway's Mortal Kombat 2. Now, the reason I picked Mortal Kombat 2 is because, yes, I do like number 1, but I feel like the Genesis version is not regarded as the greatest. Released in 1994, you know the story of Mortal Kombat. After Liu Kang won Mortal Kombat, Shang Tsung went to Shao Kahn and basically asked him for a second chance to run the tournament in Outworld so they could defeat Liu Kang. There's just so much to do in this game. Between the tower mode and all the unlockables that you can get in the game, it's to this day, 26 years later, there is so much replay value to it. I find myself going back to this game quite a few times a year just to play it. To this day, I still have a problem trying to get past Kintaro, but that's for another time. Coming in at number 4, another game that might shock some people, Out of This World for the Sega Genesis. Released in 1991, and it got an HD remake in 2014 on the Switch, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox, you name it. You play as Lester Knight, a young scientist who basically comes across a nuclear accelerator, which is basically trying to engineer and generally reverse time and space. And basically what ends up happening is he ends up having a problem, and he basically gets sucked through this portal into an alien world, and you basically inhabit this world, and you basically are trying to find people, find a way out. And that's just in the first 5 minutes of the game. There's so much here to describe. I can't get into everything today, but I would generally say if you don't want to buy it on Sega Genesis, go on the marketplace, the eShop. It's fairly cheap right now. Coming in at number 3, this should come as no surprise to anybody, House of the Dead 2 for the Sega Dreamcast. Released in the arcade in 1998 and on the Sega Dreamcast in 1999, House of the Dead is one of those arcade shooters that has just gotten better with time, as it has had many sequels. Amy and Harry have set out to find Dr. Kyrian and see how the world has been inhabited by zombies. It is an amazing shooter, I think, personally, ahead of its time. To this day, I do own the first House of the Dead on PC, but I have not played it. I've been having issues trying to get it to work. But I have basically labeled this as a surprise for many years. I refuse to watch any videos online to see what the game is basically, the first story is all about. So for 20 years, it's been a big surprise to me. And to this day, I still don't know. Even though I've played 3 and 4, it's kind of a little treat for me. I'm hoping that they either re-release it digitally in a physical form. I know it's on Sega Saturn, but it is a very expensive version. I know I can import it, but I would rather have the American version. So, definitely if you haven't played House of the Dead 2 yet, check it out. Coming in at number 2, Virtua Fighter. Released as an arcade fighter in 1993, this game is generally referred to as the grandfather of fighting games, next to Tekken and Dead or Alive. There is so much to say about Virtua Fighter, from its cast of characters to its just everything. Everything about the game is it's a general pick up and go fighter game. Going across multiple consoles, PS2, Dreamcast, Saturn, Xbox 360. It is a generally good fighting game. One of my favorite characters to actually play in the game is either Jeffrey or Cage. I don't know what else I can really say about this. I'm not too... I just... For years, I've been picking up and playing Virtua Fighter. I don't know much of the story, but I'm generally telling you it's an easy fighter game to pick up and play, so I generally would say yes, this is one of those games that you have to pick up, and try not to get any of the home ports. Like, don't try to play Virtua Fighter 2 on Sega Genesis. It's awful, unless you have the 32X version or something else. Now, you're all probably wondering what's going to come in at number 1. Well, I put some thought into it, and for anybody who knows me or doesn't know me, the game I picked for number 1 is also a fighter. It's not Sonic the Hedgehog, but it's a Super Smash-like game. And that game is Power Stone. Released in 1999, based on the anime that takes place in the 19th century. 10 believers that believe in myths battle it out for this ancient treasure. And basically within the game, you are collecting these gems. You're running around as Falcon, as Rock. Basically, every 3 orbs you collect, you get this like ultimate special move. Any part of the match in Power Stone can change on a dime. To me, it is regarded as the best fighting game on the Sega Dreamcast. I personally think it beats out Marvel vs. Capcom 2, amongst other games. It did get re-released on the PSP, both 1 and 2. They are significantly expensive to get now, but even if you can get your hands on the PSP version, it's worth it. I want to thank all you guys for coming out, watching this video. I want to thank Cy and Melton the Gamer also for joining in on this. I can't wait to see what Sega games you guys think that without Sonic are the best. And we will see you guys in 2021. Hopefully things get back to normal, and hopefully we'll still be gaming on. I'll be shooting these videos as long as you people keep watching them. And as always, this is where I belong.